This is the third time I had to start this video. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay, so you are probably wondering, why does this person, this invisible person, why is she saying this? Like, why is she talking on the internet about being a supernova empath? So first off, I don't really buy into that supernova empath stuff. I really don't. I'm not going to lie to you, because it's just a fancy way to say a person who just doesn't want to take anyone's crap anymore. I mean, I mean, you can be a feeling person, you can be a loving person, you can be whatever. You can be this empath, as people say, and powerful, whatever. But honestly, when you start really laying down the law and you start putting yourself first, and you just kind of start being a little bit of a asshole, like the person who treated you as an asshole, then all of a sudden, you're the supernova empath. No, I don't think so. I'm not buying the hype. But I'm just saying the vernacular because, that's the only way I can get people to understand that these people who hurt us, these people who break our hearts, these people who mistreat us, be they a lover, be they a parent, be they a friend, they intentionally, oh my God, my cat, they intentionally look for things so they can get away with murder. Have you just kind of noticed that people who are, oh, okay, are you talking today? I see you're talking today. Okay. Here's the thing, is that people who are narcissistic, right? As far as the definitions, the psychological and psychiatric definitions are, here's one thing that you just need to know, is that they look for a whole bunch of good things, but they look for one thing, period. That's the breaking point. And that's if you have boundaries. I'm not lying. How I know this is the moment I started having boundaries is the moment that the narcissists around me stopped talking to me. I mean, it's literally like narcissist aid. It's literally like, oh, for real? We gonna go there? Oh, for real? For real? No, we're not going to go there. Then all of a sudden the narcissist is just like, or assholes. I like calling them assholes, but you can call them narcissists. These manipulative assholes then are just like, oh, I can't play this person anymore, because you know what? These are the scrawny lines. Like Lion King, right? You had Mufasa, who was big and burly, and then you had Scar, who was like a simp. He was a smart simp, but he was still a simp. Most narcissists are simp, right? They don't want to fight for their food. If you get my drift, right? They don't want to do that work. They don't want to do the work of, actually like taking responsibility. They don't want to do the work of actually like saying sorry or doing emotional growth. They don't want to do any of that, but they want people who will do that for them. So I'm going to tell you what they're going to look for, because look, I had several long-term relationships and I've dated several men, and maybe this is a reflection of me. I don't think so, but look, all of them have been narcissists in some form or fashion. Most of them have, actually almost all of them have been covert, right? Covert. And I'm talking long-term relations. I'm talking 7 years, 13 years, 2 years, whatever. And they all have the same kind of things they look for, right? And I'm just going to tell you straight up, like, this is what my experience is in my dating history. You were saying 13 years? No, I'm not one of those chicks. I was actually married. I was married. Like, I didn't have a 13-year relationship with baby daddies or whatever. Like, I was married for 13 years. So let me go and just tell you what these people look for in a person that they feel like they can goof off with, because, here's the thing. So here's one big glowing point for you, is that you're special. Now, you're still like, oh, I'm not special. No, it's something in you that is exponentially awesome. Despite how narcissistic people are, they're not stupid, okay? They're not stupid. They just don't go into like the bottom of the dumpster and like slurp on the dumpster juice at the very corner. They don't like that. Believe it or not, narcissistic people are very, very picky. They like a certain type of person, and they like people who will make them look good. So if you have a narcissist who is surrounding himself with like gutter trash, that's not a narcissist. Usually narcissists, they pick the cream of the crop of people. They know how to pick people. So, for instance, the first guy I dated when I was in college, high school and college, he was older than me, right? And he wasn't bad. He was smart. He was tall. He was like 6'3". He was a little chunky, but, he was nerdy, but, what he saw in me, what he told me, other than the physical part, is that I was super smart. I was very charismatic. I knew how to work a room. I was adventurous. I was funny. I was this great person. I made him look good, right? Because believe it or not, a lot of narcissists, at least covert narcissists, I've never dated an overt narcissist, maybe because I'm a bit more outgoing than most. What you would call an ambivert, right? Where you kind of like introverted, but you have extroverted tendencies. I don't think I could handle an overt narcissist because, we'll be fighting for the limelight. And like I said before, they don't like fighting for anything. So there you go. But this is what he told me, is that I was really special, right? I was one in a million. I was rare, right? And so everything was good. Everything was good. Like we had a great relationship. But at this time, I didn't know what a narcissist was actually, other than, narcissists from Greek mythology. I didn't know about narcissism. I didn't know anything about it because I was young. I was a kid, and he was older and whatever. But I didn't realize how much older he was. Like I knew his age and it didn't really matter to me. And my parents were okay with it at the time. But if I could go back there, I was kind of being groomed, which is kind of a narcissistic thing to do, to have someone groom you. So, point one, you have extraordinary qualities that make you not average. Most narcissistic people do not pick up people who are below average or average. They usually pick the cream of the crop. Point two. Now, this is where my marriage comes in. And, it's the same song and dance. And I thought that this person was going to be the love of my life. I ain't even tripping. But the older we got, the more mean he got. And then I started to realize where I was picking up people like him, I didn't really understand it at the time. But I was like, why is he like this to me? Why is he like that to me? Blah, blah, blah. And then when I got divorced and did some soul searching, a lot of reading and a lot of therapy, I realized this is what makes narcissists pick you out. Point two, you're nice. And when I say nice, I don't mean like, superficially nice, like you're kind, you're forgiving, you look over things, right? You always give the benefit of the doubt. And that's what people who are narcissistic, that's what they count on. They count on you to give them the benefit of the doubt all the time, but they know what the fuck they're doing. Excuse me. Sorry. They know what they're doing. And they count on you to look past their faults. And they look to you to say, oh, he didn't mean that, or she didn't mean that, or they didn't mean that. And they expect you to have this internal turmoil, like something was your fault. They expect you to kind of be the star of your own drama, and then they'll kind of feed into that. They'll feed into it, right? They'll make you think that it was your fault when it never was your fault. Narcissistic people are very good with dodging like the bullet when it comes to responsibility, but they're not good when it comes to owning responsibility, because that fragile little ego of theirs will keep telling them how right they are and how wrong you are. But they intentionally pick people who are very, very nice and very kind. I guess you could say empathic. All right, so then the few other dudes I dated after I got divorced, because I did get divorced, quick tip, you can't live with a narcissist in peace. You just can't. They are literally proverbial 4-year-olds in a grown person body. They will make your life hell. No amount of therapy will fix them. They will say they want to get themselves fixed, But for them to get themselves fixed, they're going to have to go through a lot of therapy, and they won't do it because their ego is going to tell them that they're really not cool people deep down inside, and they can't be redeemed. And, they're probably going to die alone if they don't off themselves first. I know that's kind of cruel. So the guys I dated after my divorce were brief because, after you get a divorce after you divorce a narcissist, that's when you change. I guess it's like the equivalent of taking a bullet to the head and living. You just don't care anymore. You have no patience anymore. You're just not nice anymore. You're kind and you're respectful, but you just know that you just don't want to babysit. And believe it or not, at least from a straight cis woman, there's a lot of men who want to be babysat. They don't want to do that emotional work. So this is point 3, is that typically almost all narcissists look for someone who is going to do their emotional labor, who doesn't mind doing that emotional work. And you might say, how can you tell? How can you tell? Well, are you a person that people come to dump their problems on? Are you? Because I know I was. I totally didn't mind being a fixer when I was a kid. I felt like I had to fix everything. I had to fix my parents' problems. I had to fix my friends' problems. But nobody could fix my problems. Narcissists can see this a mile away. People who are manipulative, they can see this a mile away. They can smell fixers. It's like the sweetest barbecue on the planet. It's like the most deliciously smelling rose ever is the person who's going to fix. Fix. My college boyfriend, my ex-husband, the guys I dated, all of them wanted to be fixed. No lie. They all wanted to be fixed. That was it. They wanted to be fixed, and they wanted you to do that work. Or at least they wanted me to do that work, right? And then if they didn't get what they wanted, then they just had temper tantrums, which could be violent. I've dealt with that, which could be manipulative and silent treatment filled. I dealt with that, which could be blame, could be that, could be, any kind, just a list, just anything you can just think of people who are going to do every dirty trick in the book to keep you around and make you do what they want. Because like I said from the beginning of this whole thing, is that narcissists do not like to do any extra work. They just don't want to do any extra work. They don't want to go hunt for new prey. If it's not easy, that means that they're going to get rejected. That means their ego is going to get a kick in the jimmy, and then they're going to go into a tailspin forever. So that's it. Are you nice? Are you a fixer? Are you extraordinarily awesome at what you do? Well, then that means that you are narcissist bait. But you can go ahead and stop the feeding frenzy with one thing, and that's just boundaries. You got to know what your red flags are. Now, I know you see lots of videos that talk about red flags, but you have to know what you will accept and what you won't accept. I will tell you what I did accept and what I wouldn't accept. Now, I accepted like the good stuff, like, is he cute? Is he all right in the nether regions department? If he was tall, that's cool. If he was short, that's cool. But was he fit? Because, I'm fit. Fitness is important to me. Does he have his life together? Is he intelligent? Does he read? Is he goofy like me? But I also had red flags. I also had deal breakers. Like, is this person honest? Are they consistent? Do they have integrity? Are they kind to animals? Are they kind to other people who are below them? And I'm not saying below them like a caste system, but like a waiter or, someone who's fixing your television or something like that. Are you still kind? Look at his friends. Does he have a whole bunch of friends that are kind of, or her friends or whatever? What kind of friends do they have, if they have any at all? You can always see a person, you can tell a narcissist by their friends if they have any. This is the thing, because all of their friends, no matter how attractive or successful they are, the narc is the alpha. He's the one that everyone's going to come to and basically follow. It doesn't matter what his entourage looks like, how fit they are, how rich they are. Basically, if all of his entourage are insecure at some level, you can guarantee he's the one feeding off of them like a vampire with his like little ghouls. So yeah, just have your boundaries in check. And I guarantee you have your boundaries in check and you cut these people off, they won't waste your time because you're too difficult. You're too difficult for them. They're not going to want to deal with it. And they're not going to want to deal with it to call them on the carpet. Actually, you'll repel them because the only thing you got to do is just look a narcissist dead in the eye and just tell them straight up, I know what you are. That scares them more than anything else. You don't even have to call them out on blast in public. You just look at them dead in the eye and just tell them, I know what you are. And they'll run. I've seen it done multiple times. I've done it myself. This is what happens, I guess, when you start having boundaries. And I guess that's what it means to be supernova. Like, you just don't care. And then you'll see that these people are just pansies. They're schmucks. They can't handle. They're very easily to manipulate if you really have your ovaries intact, your loins girded. And that's all I can tell you. Just have some boundaries, because the moment that you put your boundaries down, they got you. And then you'll be weeping and whatever. So it's Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and finish my tea. And I'll talk to you later. Good luck.